Welcome. This is Bitcoin Day Trading, the best Elliott wave analysis, episode number 22. Today will be a quite hard episode because I'm not satisfied about my count on the short time frame, the 5-minute or 1 hour time frame. So I will present to you 3 counts, 1 main count and 2 alternate counts. Probably that the alternate counts are more probable than the main counts, but we'll take a look at it and see it together. If you are able to follow what I'm presenting to you today, then you already know a lot about Elliott wave. If you don't, if you get confused, it's just because you don't have you're not versed enough in Elliott. You're not, it's not natural to you to entertain different counts in your head about the waves. Anyways, it will be easier when I show you the charts. So let's start with my screen share, and I'll quickly move to my website to show you my disclaimer. So please read the disclaimer so that you're aware that there are risks involved in trading. The link is in the description. If you need any help, I'm offering one-on-one coaching and I have a 60% discount. So you can reach out to me and we can schedule a meeting and talk about investing, swing trading, or day trading. Okay, that being said, let's start with the chart because it will be a lot to discuss today. So I'll start with the 3-hour chart. And the first thing I have to tell you is that this wick down here is a data error. It did not happen on every exchange. So this is wrong. Okay, you have to ignore it. It did not happen on every exchange. It is a data error. The price did not go that low. So this is a mistake. The second thing, I would like for us to stay in the channel, okay, and reach our targets for wave 5 of 3. I would like that, but we already break under it. Now we are again back in the channel, and I'm not sure that we will actually stay in that channel, which is a pity, but I'm not sure. We will see. We will find out with time. For now, I think that the chance that the channel won't hold is quite high. And I would like us to stay in that channel. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I did get a question several times. People asked if we will go again below 30K. If you will reach again 30K, or touch 30K. They asked me several times, and my answer was every time no. And it will be obvious to people who understand something about Elliott wave. But if we go below 30K, or if you touch again 30K, that would mean that this stop level and this one did not hold. And it will also imply on the time frame that I'm showing you right now that everything I put from here, okay, to here, everything I put on the chart is wrong. That you have to cancel it out, that nothing is correct. And that's not the case. And I don't think that the probability of that happening is really high. So I clearly see an impulse wave which subdivides into 1, 2, and then we get 3, 4, and 5, okay? And I also see, you know, on the smaller time frames, all the subwaves required. So I don't think that the probability that all this is wrong is extremely low. So we won't visit 30K again. I think the bottom is in. I think it was here at wave 5 of C. And now I'm expecting higher prices. So no, we won't go back to 30K. that was something I want to mention, because people came back with that question several times. Also, nothing is a certainty. Okay, so I'm only talking about probabilities, but the probabilities which I'm talking about are quite high. Now let me take a little parenthesis. Let me digress a little and talk about something. So I spent the day yesterday with friends, and we talked about, as always, about a lot of stuff, and about the news and what's happening in the world right now. And sometimes I did get quite disturbed about their thinking, because I thought that they were manipulated a little. My friends are very open-minded and close to my thinking, but I thought that they were still manipulated through the media and the propaganda you hear from our politicians and our government and the media all day long. You know what I'm talking about. I won't mention it because I'm trying not to get banned. If I tell you what I really think, I will get banned, and then I cannot talk to you anymore. And that's not my job. And if I keep talking about it, I will even end up in a concentration camp. So for me, as a trader, that's not a good idea, because I won't be able to trade once I'm in a concentration camp. So I must be very careful what I tell you, because if I talk straight to you, what's on my mind, I will for sure get banned. And then if I keep on doing it, I'll end up in a concentration camp. There are people who do that all day long, and you find them on BitChute and other YouTube alternative. On YouTube, you can talk about that kind of stuff. But let me say it simply, okay? Firstly, when you go on my Twitter, you see in the description that I'm a Bitcoin maximalist. So that will tell you what I think, because I won't tell you what I think. But if you're smart, you still understand it. So there are two ways our current situation will end. The first possibility is that Bitcoin goes to zero. And the second possibility is that Bitcoin goes to 1 trillion. So you can ask yourself what I think, since I'm a Bitcoin maximalist, and come to your own conclusion. And why I'm saying that is because there are extremely worrying things happening nowadays in the world, and we are facing tremendous challenges. The future I'm seeing for humanity is extremely dark. I hope I will be fine. I hope that if I can put enough money on the table, some doors will open and I get along. I hope that it will be fine. But things are changing, and the world we go in, maybe there are other things that are so important that money will just not count, like your social score and so on. So I'm not sure that money will count the same way as it did in the past. My book that I'm writing right now, correcting, and that will be published in a couple of weeks, published on Amazon, has the title Stoicism Against the State. And the undertitle is, what should you think about our extreme powerful states and the communistic era we live in? Something like that. I'm translating from French, but that's the title. So in that book would actually help you get a different view about our state and our government. I would be quite optimistic for humanity if there would be no state on Earth. But since you get a state everywhere, and the state is extremely powerful, much more powerful than in the past, it is extremely worrying for our liberties. I won't go on any further, but I think you get a little the idea. So with the current stage, and I must be extremely careful, but let's only say it like this, and I'll try, and I'm trying to to be as careful as I can be with the words I choose. But when people are scared about a virus, I'm not telling you that you should be scared or not should be scared. I'll let you make your opinion about that and think what and guess what I think. But when people are scared about a virus, and tomorrow they'll ask to be chipped in the hand with a nanochip so that they can be tracked like cattle. Okay, when that is our future, and I don't see us changing our course right now. When that is our future, things will end two ways. One, as I told you, Bitcoin goes to 0, and the other possibility is 1 Bitcoin goes to 1 trillion. Okay, but in the current climate, things will change a lot. So I'm telling you that because I told you that we won't go to 30K because that's improbable. Because it's improbable that everything I put on this chart is wrong. That is extremely improbable, but it's not impossible. There's a chance higher than 0% that we go to 30K again. Okay, this is the top and we go down to 30K. Okay, there's a probability. It's not 0, but it's extremely low. Okay, that's all I want to say. It's just worrying the current state because people once are scared is a worrying thing, and because they're scared, they're giving up their liberties. Is extremely worrying. And when I see them that tomorrow they will ask to get chipped in the hand with a nanochip so that they can be tracked like cattle, when that is our future, it is extremely scary. It's something close to the Matrix. And I even think that the Matrix is better than the future we will get. Because in the Matrix, at least you live in a normal time frame. The time frame you live in is the world in the 90s, and everything looks still not too bad. 2000, the terrorist attack did not happen. There's no bullshit about terrorism, and they don't talk about the virus. So at that time, things were quite normal still, and now they have changed a lot. So when you have that situation and people give up all the liberties and are scared, and tomorrow want to be implanted with a nanochip so that they can be tracked, it's a scary future we are waiting. Okay, I hope I didn't say too much, and I hope I won't get banned for that. I'll let you make your opinion about that, and recommend to you to listen to people who really talk about that stuff, not the mainstream media, because that won't help you at all. That will only get you scared and make bad decisions for yourself and your family. Okay, now that being said, so I don't think we go to 30K, but let's take a look at the shorter time frame. So what I'm going to take a look is this correction. And I don't have a label for it that is perfect. So I came up with three counts, and I'm going to present the 3 of them to you, and you can see which one you like the most or which one you think will happen. But none of them actually satisfies me 100%. So let's do that. And we will look at that correction. That's the correction on the, I think it's the 5-minute chart. Yes, it is. So on the 5-minute chart, I did put, I tried several things, but nothing worked out as I wanted. So I did a couple of changes since yesterday, and I came up with, and that's the simplest explanation, but it's probably not the one that is that is true. It's not, probably not the one that is happening. So I came simply up with an A, B, C, which forms a double V, then again an A, B, C, which forms an X wave, and then I did put an A, B, C, which forms a Y wave. And in that case, the correction is over. We have our wave 4 here. Okay, why don't I like that wave count? I don't like it because the Y wave, the last wave, ABC, is extremely short compared to the W and X wave. It's simply too short, too brief for me to look valid. But still, it's a count, so I am leaving it on for now because the other alternate counts that I will present to you don't satisfy me much more. Here now, with the last price development, I can put wave 5 here. Okay. So in the first count, we did accomplish wave 4 of Y, and that would mean that we started an up wave. Now, if that count holds, this level won't be violated. I put the level on the chart right now. Okay, if that count is true, the level 5,400, no, 54,375 will hold. We won't go lower than 54,375 if that count is true. But I think it's unlikely that it's the correct count. So since I don't like that count, I must come up with an alternate count. And that's what I did. To see the alternate count, we are going to switch to the 1 hour chart. And let me adjust it. Okay. So now I did put the alternate count. Here says alt in that color, and there's a fifth wave above it. Okay. And if we look at the alternate count, I make it start here, and I say this is wave 1, this is wave 2, this is wave 3, this is wave 5, and in 4 and wave 5 ended here. That would be my alternate counts. Okay. It's not my main count, but it would be the first alternate count I'm presenting to you. So let's go back to the 5-minute chart. Why not? Maybe I can explain it with the 5-minute chart. Take the annotation off, and here you have the 5-minute chart. So as I showed you, this is the alternate count, and it would mean that the wave 5 ended here. Okay, that this is the end of wave 5. It's not wave B, it's an alternate count. So don't look at the labeling, the internal labeling. Just look at that color. I think it's pink. The alternate count color, and follow my train of thought. In that case, we could put a wave A here, and we could be in the process of accomplishing wave B, and that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would probably be wave C of wave B. Okay, and if that's the case, after accomplishing wave B, we would then get a wave C, performing some kind of lat. Okay, and in that case, we would go below this level, the 54,375, and we would even go below that level, probably the 53,216. And once we accomplish wave C, we will get the last wave up, the 5th wave up. That's my first alternate count. The second alternate count would be still that wave 5 ended here. Okay, and that we are accomplishing also a wave 1 here, and wave A, I mean, and then that we are accomplishing a wave B here. The wave B, now because we have more data, I can change the placement for the wave B. So wave B in that case actually ended here on the 5th. Okay. So we would be accomplishing wave B. After wave A, we would be accomplishing wave B. And now we would be in the process of accomplishing wave C. Okay. But wave C won't go that low. I think that in that case, wave C would only go this low, because let's say we are forming a triangle. So an A, B, C, D, E. Then we get a wave D and a wave E, and then higher. Okay. So we could also accomplish a triangle. But the difference is that if we are accomplishing a wave C, so if we are accomplishing a wave C and that wave, okay, not a triangle, but a wave C, then you get 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave C. If we are accomplishing a triangle, every wave in a triangle is 3 waves. Then we only make 1, 2, 3 because it's a triangle. Okay. And after wave C, you get wave D and E. D and E. Okay. So both of them are alternate counts, and because I think that that is much too short, that ABC for wave Y, okay, ending wave 4 is much too short, so I don't think it's probable. I think that my alternate counts are actually more probable. And I don't know if the first, the simple C wave ending for wave 4 is the most probable, or if the triangle is more probable. Okay, and triangle would be C, D, and E. So I don't know if the triangle is more probable or the wave or the simple wave C. But in both cases, I actually think that my alternate counts are more probable than the simple A, B, C count forming wave Y or 4. But we'll know, because if my first count is correct, we'll stay above 54, 375. We will stay above if this count is correct, where wave Y of 4 ended here. If that count is correct, we'll stay above 44, 375. If the wave C count is correct, we'll go below that level and below this level, okay? And probably that my FIB level won't hold too, because, and the second level that I'm showing you is the FIB level, is the retracement 0382 retracement. That probably won't hold true. So that's the second count that won't hold true. And the third count is that we get a small C wave, which subdivides only in 3 waves. And then the third count would be in play. So I don't know right now which one is the most, which one will happen, but those are the 3 counts I'm coming up with. Anyways, it doesn't really matter, because unless you are putting your stop loss here, then it matters, of course, or you put your stop loss here, then it will matter. But if you have a stop loss, like I told you, which is still at this level, because I told you that, that's the level where you can put your stop loss, you could, well, yeah, I think I wanted to give you that level as a stop loss, but I'm not sure about that level, because it's just a subwave in the third wave. So I'm not too sure. If you have still that level, it makes no difference. It makes no difference if you go back here and up, back, and then up. It makes no difference. If you spend a little more time in the correction, it makes no difference. So anyways, it makes no difference, because every count that I'm showing you of the 3 counts clearly states that once we have accomplished wave C, okay, and in the first count we already did. In the second count we would go down here. In the third count we would stop somewhere here, okay. But every time you have accomplished this, the C wave, well, in the for the triangle, it won't be E. There you get even a D and an E. But once the correction is over, and it should be over soon, probably tomorrow or the day afterwards, in the next 24 or 48 hours, it should be over. As soon as that is over and we have accomplished the fourth wave correction, okay, we go up for the fifth wave as soon it is over. And every count says that. So my target is still higher. The question is simply, is the correction over? Will it be a little longer or even a little longer? And we'll see tomorrow. We have to track the market, and we'll find out until tomorrow which is the most probable outcome. Okay, that's it. I hope you could follow my different counts. I hope you even did understand a little what I was talking about when I talked about the current state of affairs and a little politics. I hope you did understand a little what my opinion is, and that you can, even if I can talk openly about it, that you can make your opinion if I'm pro or anti the current state of affair, what I think about it, what my attitude toward that is. Unfortunately, on YouTube, you can't talk about that kind of stuff. So I must only talk about the charts, and that's what I actually want to do. I'm not interested in the West. It's just that the West starts getting so important that it has an impact on our life if we want it or not. So I recommend you to take a look. I would like to give you the names of the people that do that kind of research and talk about that kind of stuff all the time, but I'm not even sure that if I can do that. Anyways, it does not matter. You are probably around intelligent people, and I think you can do research on BitChute and so on, and find the people that will guide you through your way and do the analysis you need for the social political question we are facing today. And that being said, I'll see you tomorrow for one more intervention. Leave a comment. I like reading your comments, and like this video, and subscribe and hit the bell notification, because it's time-sensitive information and you should get it as soon as it's out. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.